Sponsored by Brawl.gg, a new platform for the fighting game community. Whether you're into Smash, Tekken, Street Fighter, or other fighting games, Brawl.gg is the perfect place to connect with players, join game-specific forums, and track your progress through global leaderboards. Don't wait, pre-register at Brawl.gg today and get 1000 forum gold.
This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh? Time for the real deal.
Snake is an extraordinary and complex soldier, armed with a ton of explosives and heavy weaponry, which is why he's so slow on the ground with an exceptionally low jump. He has really fast and strong moves that deal a ton of damage. However, because his mobility is so poor, he heavily relies on his grenades to be able to hit his moves, which can make up for the lack of mobility when used patiently and effectively. However, Snake can end up really suffering a disadvantage too. As much of a struggle as it can be to make a comeback against the Snake who has a lead, he can struggle to make a comeback as well, as he might be too reliant sometimes on trading with grenades, and if he's ever put in a bad position off stage, he can die very easily to an edgeguard. Since Snake has mastered his CQC, all of his moves are relevant even if they are very situational. He has an exceptional crawl that goes under projectiles, and while Snake is a very grounded character, jumping is still very important for maneuvering around opponents with B reverses or by jumping away and planting or detonating the C4 for example. And while landing with aerials isn't too effective, it can still somewhat condition players and allow Snake to mix up with tilt or land grab instead. Aerials are actually mostly used to combo off of explosives and anti-airing. However, anti-airing with aerials is still riskier than usual. Since full hop aerials still don't reach that high, Snake has to typically jump double jump into back air or neutral air to anti-air a lot of full hops and even ledge jumps. This is why Snake will rather focus on staying more grounded and anti-air with up tilt, catch landings, or parry instead, and mostly use his jump double jump aerials for anti-airing double jumps in and ledge jumps. Obviously, the percent of the opponent will matter a lot as well. Neutral air can also be used as a risky short hop callout, and if you land the first kick, it'll combo into up tilt or jab forward tilt. Back air has a huge and lingering hitbox, so it's great at walling out recoveries too. Up air can hit opponents directly above you. Forward air is an incredibly strong spike as long as you hit the outer hitbox of it, and it'll mostly be used off stage as a risky way to beat recoveries, or against obvious double jumps into the stage, and even double jumps that are attempting to grab the ledge. Down air can anti-air full hops if used from a ledge jump, but it's mostly Snake's fastest out of shield option. If you end up hitting shields with it, you can try drifting out in different directions, or fast fall as a mix-up to make it a bit harder on the opponent to punish the down air. It can also be fast fallen as a mix-up while hitting the down air, for a grab or a sticky C4 mix-up, but this won't be safe at all. Besides, the last hit of down air will set up for tech chases at low percents anyways. One of Snake's best and most important moves is dash attack. It'll mainly be used as a whiff punish or a landing punish and will beat out a ton of moves because his arms are intangible. Obviously, it's also great for tech chasing and can condition people to tech in for up tilt, and if Snake is covering the ledge roll with up tilt or down air for example, he'll also have an easy time reacting to regular get-ups with dash attack because of how long it lasts, or just dash grab mix-up. If you dash attack close enough to the shield on slim characters, it can cross up, making it safe in a few matchups. Jab can be used after a spot dodge, or held to punish spot dodges, and even ledge jump or regular get-ups, and can potentially lead into forward tilt at high percents. Jab 1 is even good as a shield poke, since you can dash away, shield, grab, or tilt right after pretty safely. Forward smash is strictly used as a hard punish and a super strong 2-frame option, while down smash is a faster and safer 2-frame option. Up smash is an upwards projectile that can be charged to go higher, but it doesn't increase its damage, and it's mainly used for ledge trapping with different timings to cover as many options as possible. Forward tilt is used as a quick punish, and the first hit of forward tilt can be used to mix up the opponent as well. Up tilt is a huge anti-air and kill move. The initial hit is the strongest and will push the opponent's shield to make it harder to punish. And finally, we have down tilt, which is Snake's only real safe move to pressure shield with. Every other move can typically be punished, even if he attempts to land and space his aerials. This is why Snake doesn't focus on the standard game of landing aerials to pressure and start advantage. Instead, he plays his own game focused around grenades.
Hey, you. If you're enjoying this content, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and go support Izaw on Metafy for more content. And make sure to follow him on all of his socials as well for daily exclusive content.
Grenades are the very core of Snake's game plan and can be used in 3 strategic ways.
Finally.
The first strategy is a very balanced bait and punish playstyle, where he'll keep tossing and planting grenades in an attempt to force the opponent to approach first, and then respond to these approaches with dash attack, dash grab, parries, spot dodges, tilts, anti-airs, and so on. The second strategy is a heavily defensive playstyle, where he is very disciplined and strict about only using explosives and disengage from every close range interaction, and only interact once an explosive hits. The third strategy is a more pressure and stage control playstyle, where he'll toss explosives to try finding opportunities to approach himself. The best Snake players know how to utilize all of these playstyles, and understand how to switch back and forth between them depending on matchup, percents, different positions, and other factors.
I see. Roger.
Once you pull a grenade, you can keep holding B while moving and jumping. Snake can actually move faster if you tap forward or backwards, since it allows him to dash with the grenade rather than walk, making him just as fast as if he wasn't holding a grenade.
No way.
Keep in mind that you have to hold the dash forward till the animation ends, and then put the controller back to neutral and hold forward again if you want to dash multiple times. Releasing the B button lets you lob the grenade. You can also hold back or forward while releasing the grenade for different angles. Only 2 grenades can be out at once and will blow up after 2.5 seconds. Another thing to note is that the grenade's explosion radius is smaller for the owner. This applies for the opponent catching it and using it against Snake as well. While cooking the grenade, you'll also be able to grab, shield, and spot dodge, all of which drop the grenade and are extremely good. Grab allows Snake to down throw into the grenade explosion with invincibility for combos, or he'll throw you in any direction while tossing the grenade, or just generally limit your tech options since there's a grenade now on the floor.
Not bad at all.
Shield allows Snake to drop the grenade, pick it up again, and toss it in whatever angle he wants, or do anything else like a dash grab, dash attack, jump, or pick up another grenade. Spot dodge is amazing as it allows Snake to dodge grabs and cancel into powerful tilts or grab in reaction to the opponent approaching. Another thing you can do after pulling the grenade is to Z-nade, which is done by pressing jump and grab at the exact same frame, allowing you to instantly Z-catch the grenade, which either you can toss at the opponent with good timing, soft toss it down, or smash toss it down for anti-airs, or shield dash in with it. This can even let you combo off of the first grenade.
Understood.
Either way, shield dashing with a grenade is a very strong option as it only loses to grab. Grenades can also be turned around or be reversed, which are super important for landing mix-ups and pressure mix-ups. You can even toss grenades to cover multiple options such as the ground and jump, or have 2 grenades blow up on the ground at the same time, and so much more. Once you start getting comfortable lobbing or shield dropping the first grenade, pulling out a second grenade and tossing them together, dropping the first grenade and then pulling out a second grenade while holding the first one, and reversing the grenade, you'll start realizing that there are literally endless amount of grenade traps, setups, and mix-ups, so get creative with it. They're also Snake's main combo breakers as they get pulled out on frame 1 and will explode if you hit the grenade. However, hit only his feet or head where the grenade isn't a threat, and you'll be fine. Another huge part of grenade play is using them as a counter to shield pressure. Whenever Snake pulls a grenade and shields, the grenade will end up behind him. So while pulling the grenades while facing the opponent can allow for aggressive dash grabs, pulling the grenade while turned around is more defensive and for countering shield pressure. As long as the grenade is behind Snake's shield, it'll typically punish landing aerials, dash attacks, and tilts if it hits the grenade. Pressuring the top or the front of Snake's shield is still safe, however, and allows the opponent to press more buttons than usual since Snake doesn't really have any great out-of-shield options to deal with pressure in front of him. Dealing with Snake's grenade pressure becomes very much about patiently jumping and Z-catching his uncooked grenades, only to use it against him as long as he's not in range to dash attack you grabbing them. Or if he is cooking his grenade, move into a position to either pressure or bait and punish him. If Snake drops and picks up his own grenade and shields, the grenade will not be able to get hit and you'll be able to pressure however you like as long as you pay attention to the timer. And when you grab him, avoid pummeling Snake most of the time, unless you're at a lower percent than him and want to combo off the explosion. However, most of the time, throws will allow you to combo much better if it manages to hit the grenade. Once Snake launches the opponent, he'll typically do 3 things. Either he'll immediately toss a grenade to watch how you deal with it and then attempt to punish you jumping, landing, and so on. Or if you're launched far enough, he'll use Nikita. And if there was no good launched, he'll just simply reposition himself, as Snake's existence at burst range can be pressure enough with or without a grenade being tossed. C4 is at its best when used as a complement to your grenade pressure. You don't want to focus too hard on trying to hit it. It's better to just frequently detonate it, mostly to try covering more space in hopes that the opponent runs into it after already dealing with grenade pressure, forgets about it, or just doesn't see it. This reduces the chance that you get punished for tunnel visioning on the C4. It also reduces the chance that the C4 will blow up on you after roughly 26 seconds, and it even reduces the chance that you'll be gimped offstage. The best way to plant the C4 is to either crouch first since the animation is faster than the standing one, and you'll also low profile, or short hop away at the same time since you'll remain mobile. You'll also want to plant C4 where the opponent's character is at his strongest, either on platforms, mid-stage, or the edges of a stage against bad recoveries. If you're standing on your own C4, then it can be used as a really strong punish against approaches like dash grabs. This can even be full hopped and combined with back air for a potential shield break. You can edge guard with it, and it can be done over and over if you jump double jump down B. You can also stick the C4 to the opponent. However, after roughly 3 seconds when the lights turn off, C4 can stick back and forth between the opponent and Snake if they touch each other. There's also a 10% chance that the C4 falls off when getting hit. Nikita is usually used immediately after launching the opponent offstage, and chances are you're gonna get them offstage many times for multiple Nikita attempts, so it's usually best to start off by launching it directly at them and then start adapting with placing the Nikita where you think they'll be attempting to dodge it.
Sounds like a plan.
The faster the Nikita is as it hits them, the stronger it'll be, and the Nikita will slow down once you start adjusting and rotating it. In fact, you can wiggle it and have it go extra slow and cover an area for longer. It even allows you to time the Nikita towards the ledge better. This is also why sometimes if the opponent is launched higher up, you might want to jump and initiate the Nikita to have it go faster while being higher up. You're also able to cancel the Nikita with shield, having it drop down to cover low, which also will make the hit weaker. However, you can immediately shoot another Nikita if you want. Another benefit of releasing Nikita is to counterplay how the opponent needs to counterplay the Nikita, which is usually by hitting it, which deactivates it for a bit. However, if Snake cancels the Nikita on the same frame as you try to hit it to deactivate it, it'll still end up hitting you. Knowing when to cancel the Nikita when it won't hit anymore to be ready to act is super important, as well as looking at their launch to determine whether it will be better to Nikita Or maybe it's better to up smash to cover a high recovery or the ledge a bit faster. Rarely, in a few matchups, it'll also be good to pull 2 grenades and then launch the Nikita either straight forward or cover their jump. And if the opponent caught a grenade and tossed it at you, it might end up hitting the Nikita to stop the grenade. Snake has a really committal and vulnerable recovery, so most of the time you have to preemptively plan out your recovery so you don't die early. If you can go high, you should almost always go high. Just pressing up B without double jumping isn't great at all, as he'll linger for a while before rising and he'll just get hit. You have to double jump and up B at the same time to rise quickly. As soon as you up B, you won't be able to act at all for 47 frames, but at least you'll have heavy armor during the majority of the time. Once you've recovered high, you'll be dropping down with B reverse grenades, C4, fast fallen aerials, or a fast fallen neutral air dodge. The higher you go, the more you'll be able to B reverse, and if you're high enough, you can even Nikita and cancel it really quickly as a backup. As the opponent, you'll have to make the right read whether Snake will B reverse or not, and space yourself extremely well not to get hit by his grenade. And most of the time, unless your aerial will kill, it's not worth challenging him in the air. Instead, it's much better to try catching Snake's landings.
Not without a tough fight.
And rather than launching Snake upwards, you actually want to barely launch him off stage to have an easy time challenging his immediate up B and make him feel like he has to start going low. Once Snake goes low, he'll be extremely vulnerable, as hitting him can lead to death, but hitting his Cypher will almost certainly lead to death, as typically his only way back will be to use C4 to blow himself back up, which, by the way, can be footstooled. If you don't go off stage against Snake's recovery for some reason, you'll have an extremely hard time challenging his low recovery, as he'll typically air dodge up to the ledge, making 2-framing him even harder, and Cypher can end up hitting you, which Snake can take advantage of.
Whoops.
And then, once he's grabbed the ledge, if he wants to, he can double jump in with turnaround or B-reverse grenades. It's not as simple as it sounds though, since Snake has tons of other tricks if he can't recover high. He can toss grenades before going for his Cypher or long directional air dodge. You can cancel the up B with a grenade toss, down air which stalls you, and then directional air dodge up. And in some cases, you might also be able to immediately toss a grenade towards you, up B, and quickly diagonal air dodge towards the grenade. You can also fall with a grenade toss towards you, up B into a Nikita, aim it at the ledge only for the grenade to help you recover again.
Interesting.
You can also simply C4 to put yourself high again, and even as a ledge option to avoid ledge traps. In fact, every time Snake takes his stock, he'll usually jump off stage, toss grenades,
Damn.
only to make it extremely hard for you to challenge him at the ledge, especially if there's also a C4 right next to you.
Gotcha.
The last thing to talk about is Snake's grab game, as he'll want to find grabs against the opponent fairly often. Up throw will only be used at starting percents, as it'll combo into up tilt against a lot of characters. Back throw can also lead into dash attack at starting percents unless they are ready to DI down for a tech. Otherwise, you'll only back throw and forward throw to launch people off stage for edge guards. Down throw is what's most important, as it forces the opponent to do a regular get up attack, roll, or nothing, and then mix up the timing of the previous options. There's actually an exceptional video by IzAwSmash Corner that goes through Snake's down throw punish game, which is incredibly complex already, and I would recommend that you go and watch that video if you're looking to optimize your down throw punish game. However, the most important thing is that down throw's advantage is based on the opponent's percent. Starting at 110%, down throw is guaranteed into jab, which obviously only works against bigger bodies. At 126%, forward tilt will start being guaranteed, and at 160%, up tilt is guaranteed for kill confirm. Obviously, anything from 100% and upwards, you can still try to down throw and lead the opponent to try killing with up tilt.
He's dead.
Now, as complex as Snake might seem, you have to remember that simplicity is still the key, and the better you are at avoiding getting grabbed as a snake with spot dodges, jumps, and rolls, the better you'll do at the game. You'll mostly want to do your best planning your grenades, C4, and Nikita around the opponent's strengths. And you don't have to focus on winning every neutral interaction, as it's a balance between getting what you want and denying the opponent what they want. So even though Snake plays a unique game of his own, he also needs to know how to play Smash, since half the time he has to know how to respond to the opponent playing fundamentally well. Which is why I recommend that you take a session with me on Metafy, where I will teach you how to master all the fundamentals of Smash.
I'll keep it in mind.
You can even purchase art of videos that are exclusively on Metafy on specific topics of the game. These are actually the best videos I have ever made, and I couldn't recommend them more.
Really?
Also, if you can, support me on Metafy, as I really need your help right now producing these videos. Link is in the description and comments below. See you next time.